Welcome to USA Old Coins, your ultimate destination for exploring the fascinating world of American coins. Today, we're diving into the iconic Washington quarter dollars, celebrating every state in the Union. From the stunning designs that capture each state's unique history to the stories behind these collectible treasures, this video will take you on a journey across the United States, one quarter at a time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the stories these coins tell, stay tuned, because each quarter has a tale worth discovering. Top 1. Today, slow down for a moment, because the coin we're holding isn't just pocket change. It's a window into rugged landscapes, frontier courage, and the quiet thrill every collector feels when an ordinary-looking coin turns out to be something special. Today we are talking about the Washington State Quarter Dollar Montana 2007 P, a coin that many people have spent without a second glance, yet collectors know it deserves far more attention. Picture the year 2007. The United States Mint is deep into the famous State Quarters program, a project that captured the spirit of all 50 states and turned everyday coins into tiny history lessons. Montana's turn arrives, and the Philadelphia Mint strikes millions of these quarters. At first glance, it seems simple. George Washington's familiar profile stands proudly on the front, calm and timeless, reminding us of the nation's foundation. But flip the coin over, and the story truly begins. The reverse design immediately pulls you into the wide-open spaces of the American West. A powerful American bison dominates the scene, standing firm against the outline of Montana's vast plains. Behind it, the rolling landscape stretches endlessly, symbolizing freedom, strength, and survival. Above it all, the inscription "Big Sky Country" captures Montana's identity perfectly. This isn't just art, it's a tribute to a way of life shaped by nature, resilience, and independence. For collectors, this design alone makes the Montana quarter unforgettable. Now here's where things get interesting. While millions were minted, not all Montana 2007 P quarters are created equal. Most are common, yes, but hidden among them are varieties and errors that turn an everyday coin into a collector's prize. These are the coins that make people re-watch videos like this, checking their change again and again. Point one of the most talked about errors is doubling. On some examples, you can see doubling on letters like United States of America, Big Sky Country, or even parts of the bison. This doubling happens during the die-making process and can add significant interest and value. To the untrained eye it looks subtle, but collectors know that even slight doubling can separate a normal coin from a desirable one. There are off-center strikes. Imagine the design shifted just enough that part of it seems to slide toward the edge. These errors are dramatic, easy to spot, and highly collectible. The more centered the error while still being off enough to notice, the more exciting it becomes. Some Montana quarters also show broad strikes, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction. These look and feel different in the hand, instantly telling you something unusual happened at the mint. Another fascinating variety includes die cracks and die chips. These appear as raised lines or small lumps on the coin, often near the bison or along the rim. Each crack tells a story of a hardworking die nearing the end of its life. Collectors love these because no two die cracks are exactly the same, making each coin a one-of-a-kind artifact. Condition plays a massive role as well. A Montana 2007 P quarter pulled from circulation might be worn and ordinary. But one preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, with sharp details and strong luster, becomes far more desirable. And if that coin also carries a visible error, its appeal multiplies. This is why collectors listen carefully, examine patiently, and never underestimate modern coins. What makes this quarter truly special is the surprise factor. It proves that you don't always need a 100-year-old coin to find excitement. Sometimes, the treasure is already in your pocket. This coin represents the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the deep connection between history and everyday life. That's why collectors and coin lovers should listen very carefully and enjoy every detail of coins like this. As we come to the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, remember this: always check your change, and always share what you find. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State $quarter Montana 2007 P is usually worth about 25 cents, while high-grade uncirculated examples can reach $1 to $5, and error or variety coins discovered at auction have sold for $20 to over $100, depending on rarity and condition. Top 2. Welcome back to USA Old Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story has the power to turn ordinary pocket change into something unforgettable. Today's journey takes us to the heart of the American South, to a coin that quietly entered circulation yet proudly carries deep cultural meaning and surprising collector interest. Today, we are exploring the Washington State $quarter Alabama 2003 P, a coin that many people have spent without a second thought, but collectors listen very carefully when its name is mentioned. Imagine the early 2000s. The United States Mint is in the middle of one of the most successful coin programs in American history, the State Quarters program. Families are checking their change, albums are filling up, and history is being passed hand to hand. In 2003, Alabama takes center stage. Millions of quarters are struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a simple P, but behind that letter lies a coin rich with symbolism and hidden potential. On the front, George Washington appears as he always has during the State Quarters era, dignified and steady, reminding us of the nation's roots. But when the coin is turned over, Alabama tells its story not with buildings or landscapes, but with people and ideas. The reverse design honors Helen Keller, one of the most inspiring figures in American history. She is shown reading in Braille, surrounded by inscriptions that celebrate spirit, courage, and opportunity. This design alone makes the Alabama quarter stand apart from the rest of the series. For collectors, this quarter is meaningful not just because of who it honors, but because of what it represents. It is the first circulating U.S. coin to feature Braille, making it historically significant. That single detail instantly elevates interest among collectors who focus on socially important designs, firsts, and unique artistic choices. This is the kind of coin that makes people pause, reflect, and then look closer. Now let's talk about what really excites collectors: the varieties and mint errors that can turn this common coin into something rare and expensive. One of the most searched for errors on the Alabama 2003 P quarter is doubling. This can appear on letters like United States of America, Spirit of Courage, or even around Helen Keller's portrait. True doubling, created during the die-making process, adds serious collector value when clearly visible. Another fascinating category is die cracks and die chips. These appear as raised lines or bumps on the coin, often near the lettering or along the rim. Each die crack tells a story of a worn minting tool pushed just a little too far. Collectors love these because they are accidental, unpredictable, and completely unique. No two cracked dies are ever exactly the same. Off-center strikes also appear on some Alabama quarters. These coins catch attention immediately because the design looks shifted, sometimes cutting into the rim. When the date and mint mark are still visible, these errors become especially desirable. Broad strikes are another possibility, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a minting malfunction. These pieces feel different in the hand and stand out in any collection. Condition plays a powerful role as well. A worn Alabama quarter is common, but one preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, with strong luster and sharp details, tells a different story. Collectors search for clean surfaces, full design details, and original mint shine. When a high-grade coin also includes a visible error, it becomes something collectors compete for. What makes the Alabama 2003 P quarter truly exciting is the reminder it gives us. Valuable coins are not always old, gold, or silver. Sometimes, they are modern pieces hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone patient enough to look closely. This coin teaches collectors to listen carefully, learn deeply, and never underestimate modern U.S. coinage. As we reach the end of today's story here on USA Old Coins, remember to check your pockets, jars, and collections. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State $quarter Alabama 2003 P is generally worth about 25 cents. Uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $5. And confirmed error or variety coins have reached $15 to over $100 at auction, depending on rarity and condition. Top 3. Hold your attention close, because the coin we're exploring is not about kings or battles, but about ancient earth, forgotten cultures, and mysteries carved into the American landscape long before the United States even existed. Today's feature is the Washington $quarter effigy mounds 2017 D, a modern coin that carries the echo of thousands of years of history. Imagine standing on the high bluffs above the Mississippi River. The wind moves gently through the grass, and beneath your feet are shapes formed by human hands centuries ago. These are the effigy mounds, earthworks shaped like animals, built by Native American cultures long before written history. In 2017, the United States Mint chose this sacred site for the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and the Denver Mint struck this coin to honor Effigy Mound's National Monument in Iowa. On the front, George Washington's portrait appears once again, familiar yet steady, connecting modern America to its origins. But the reverse is where the magic happens. A graceful bird-shaped mound spreads its wings across the design, rising from the earth as if ready to lift into the sky. Trees frame the scene, and the river below reminds us that these mounds were built with deep respect for nature and spirituality. This design is calm, powerful, and deeply symbolic, and collectors instantly recognized its quiet beauty. What makes the Effigy Mounds quarter special is not loud or flashy. It is thoughtful. It honors cultures that shaped the land long before the modern world arrived. That alone gives it strong collector appeal, especially among those who collect coins for their historical meaning rather than age alone. But for sharp-eyed collectors, there is even more hiding beneath the surface. Now let's talk about rarity, varieties, and mint errors, because this is where excitement truly begins. While millions of these quarters were produced, not all came out perfectly. Some 2017 D Effigy Mounds quarters show doubling on inscriptions like United States of America, $quarter, or even along Washington's profile. True double die examples are subtle, but once seen, they cannot be unseen, and collectors pay close attention to these details. Another area collectors inspect carefully is die cracks and die chips. On some coins, raised lines may appear in the sky, near the bird mound, or along the rim. These cracks form as minting dies wear down, and each one is unique. To collectors, these imperfections are not flaws, they are fingerprints of the minting process, making each coin a one-of-a-kind survivor. Off-center strikes are also known to exist. These errors occur when the planchet is not properly aligned during striking, resulting in a shifted design. When the date and mint mark remain visible, these coins become highly desirable. Broad strikes can also be found, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction, creating a noticeably different look and feel. Condition is everything with modern coins like this. A circulated effigy mounds quarter may look ordinary, but a sharply struck, brilliant uncirculated example with full luster instantly stands out. Collectors search for clean surfaces, crisp details in the mound design, and strong mint shine. When a high-grade coin is paired with an error, its desirability rises dramatically. What makes this coin especially fascinating is its reminder that value is not always tied to age. This is a modern coin, one that many people still carry today, yet it represents ancient history and modern craftsmanship at the same time. It teaches collectors patience, observation, and respect for stories hidden in plain sight. Coin lovers should listen very carefully to coins like this, because they reward those who truly pay attention. As we reach the final moments of today's journey here on USA Old Coins, remember that your own collection may already hold something special. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington $quarter effigy mounds 2017 D is typically worth 25 cents. High-quality uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $3, and strong mint error or rare variety pieces have achieved $10 to over $75 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 4. Story travels far beyond the mainland United States, across the Pacific Ocean, to a place where silence, sacrifice, and history meet. The coin in focus is the Washington State $quarter American Memorial Park 2019 D, a modern quarter that holds deep emotional weight and quiet collector intrigue. This is not just a coin you spend. This is a coin you feel. Picture the Northern Mariana Islands, where lush greenery meets blue ocean and peaceful skies. Beneath this calm beauty lies powerful history. American Memorial Park honors the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought in the Battle of Saipan during World War II. In 2019, as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, the United States Mint selected this location to remind future generations of courage, loss, and freedom. The Denver Mint struck this quarter, placing a small D on a coin with a very big message. The front shows George Washington, steady and familiar, anchoring the coin to the nation's founding ideals. But when you turn it over, the mood changes. The reverse design is deeply symbolic. A solemn soldier stands in reflection, surrounded by elements representing sacrifice and remembrance. The design does not shout. It whispers. And that is what makes it powerful. Collectors were immediately drawn to this quarter because it honors not just a place, but a moment in history that shaped the modern world. This quarter stands out in the America the Beautiful series because of its emotional depth. It represents a U.S. territory rarely seen on circulating coinage, adding geographic rarity and historical importance. Many collectors seek it specifically because it tells a story of service, memory, and respect. But beyond symbolism, there is another reason collectors listen very carefully when this coin is mentioned. Let's talk about rarity, errors, and the small details that turn an ordinary quarter into a collector's prize. While many American Memorial Park quarters were minted, not all left the presses perfectly. Some examples show double die characteristics, especially in inscriptions like United States of America, quarter dollar, or subtle areas of the design. True doubling created during the die process is highly collectible and often overlooked by casual observers. Die cracks and die chips are another area of excitement. These appear as raised lines or small bumps, sometimes near the rim or within the background of the design. Each crack forms as the minting die wears down, making every example unique. Collectors value these coins because no two are exactly alike, and each tells a behind-the-scenes story of the mint. Off-center strikes also exist for this issue. These errors happen when the planchet is misaligned during striking, causing part of the design to shift toward the edge. When the date and mint mark remain visible, these coins become far more desirable. Broad strikes are another possibility, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction, giving it an unusual shape and appearance. Condition plays a major role in value as well. A circulated American Memorial Park quarter may blend in with everyday change. But a sharply struck, brilliant uncirculated example with clean surfaces and strong luster instantly stands out. Collectors look closely at details like Washington's hair, the soldier's form, and overall strike quality. When high condition meets a visible error, interest rises dramatically. What makes this coin truly special is its message. It proves that modern coins can still be meaningful, collectible, and even valuable. It reminds coin lovers that history is not always ancient. Sometimes it is recent, emotional, and still shaping the world we live in today. Coins like this reward patience, attention, and respect for the stories they carry. As we come to the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, take a moment to check your own collection and your spare change. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these powerful stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State quarter dollar American Memorial Park 2019 D is generally worth 25 cents. Uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $3, and strong mint error or rare variety coins have brought $10 to over $80 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 5. Slow down and listen very carefully, because the coin in front of us is not loud, flashy, or ancient, yet it holds one of the most emotional stories ever placed on a circulating United States coin. Today's journey is about the Washington State quarter dollar American Memorial Park 2019 D, a coin many people overlook, but collectors never forget. Imagine holding this quarter in your hand. At first, it feels like any other coin. But this piece of metal represents a place far from the mainland, across the Pacific Ocean, where history was written in sacrifice. American Memorial Park is located in Saipan, in the Northern Mariana Islands, and it stands as a tribute to those who lost their lives during the Battle of Saipan in World War II. When the United States Mint chose this site for the America the Beautiful Quarters program, it wasn't just choosing scenery. It was choosing remembrance. The front of the coin shows George Washington, calm and familiar, a reminder of the ideals the nation was built upon. This familiar image grounds the coin in American tradition. But the moment you turn it over, the mood changes. The reverse design is solemn and respectful. A lone soldier stands quietly, head bowed, rifle reversed, helmet resting on top. It is a universal symbol of fallen soldiers, understood without words. Behind this image is a peaceful landscape that contrasts sharply with the violent history it represents. This design doesn't celebrate victory. It honors sacrifice, collectors were immediately drawn to this quarter because of its deep emotional meaning. It is one of the few modern coins that focuses entirely on remembrance. It also represents a United States territory that appears rarely on circulating coinage, adding another layer of interest. For many collectors, this coin is not just part of a set, it is a statement. Now let's move into the details that make collectors lean closer and listen more carefully. While millions of these quarters were minted at the Denver Mint, not all of them came out perfectly. This is where rarity begins to form. Some American Memorial Park 2019 D quarters show signs of doubling, especially in inscriptions like United States of America, quarter dollar, or subtle areas of the design. True double die examples are created during the die-making process and are highly desirable when clearly visible. Another exciting area for collectors is die cracks and die chips. These appear as raised lines or small metal bumps on the coin, sometimes near the rim, sometimes within the background of the design. These flaws occur when a minting die begins to wear or crack from heavy use. Each die crack is unique, meaning no two coins are exactly the same. To collectors, these are not mistakes, they are mint-made signatures. Off-center strikes also exist for this issue. These errors happen when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking. The result is a shifted design that immediately catches the eye. When the date and mint mark remain visible, off-center coins become far more valuable. Broad strikes are another type of error collectors look for, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a malfunction in the collar during striking. These coins feel different, look different, and stand out instantly in a collection. Condition matters greatly with modern quarters like this. A circulated example may look ordinary, but a sharply struck, brilliant uncirculated American Memorial Park quarter tells a very different story. Collectors search for strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp detail in both Washington's portrait and the reverse design. When high condition meets a visible error, the coin's desirability increases dramatically. What makes this quarter truly special is what it teaches collectors. It proves that value is not only about age or precious metal. It is about meaning, scarcity, condition, and attention to detail. This coin reminds coin lovers that history is still being made, and sometimes it arrives quietly in your pocket change. That is why serious collectors listen very carefully and never ignore modern U.S. coins. As we reach the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, take a moment to check your own collection and even your everyday change. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these powerful coin stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State quarter dollar American Memorial Park 2019 D is worth about 25 cents. High-quality uncirculated examples commonly sell for $1 to $3, and confirmed mint error or rare variety coins have reached $10 to over $80 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 6. Slow down and listen very carefully, because the coin we are talking about is not just from the United States, it represents a distant land, a proud culture, and a strategic place that has shaped American history in powerful ways. Today's story is about the Washington State quarter dollar Guam 2009 P, a coin many people have spent without noticing, yet collectors know it deserves special attention. Picture the year 2009. The State Quarters program is reaching its final chapter, and the United States Mint begins honoring U.S. territories. When Guam appears, it feels different. This is not a state on the mainland. This is an island in the Pacific, rich in tradition, strength, and identity. The Philadelphia Mint strikes this quarter, placing a small P beneath Washington's portrait, quietly releasing a piece of island history into everyday American life. The front of the coin shows George Washington, familiar and steady, connecting this territory to the nation's foundation. But when you turn the coin over, the design immediately stands out from every other quarter before it. A traditional flying prow cuts through the sea, its sails stretched wide by the wind. In the background stands Latte Stone Park, ancient pillars that symbolize Chamorro heritage and survival. Above the scene, the inscription "Where America's Day Begins" reminds us that Guam is one of the first places in the United States to see the sunrise. This design is not just beautiful, it is deeply symbolic. Collectors were instantly drawn to this quarter because it represents a U.S. territory rarely seen in circulating coinage. It tells a story of navigation, resilience, and cultural pride. Unlike many quarters that focus on buildings or landscapes, the Guam quarter feels alive, moving forward through water and time. That emotional and cultural depth gives it lasting appeal among collectors. Now let's talk about what truly makes collectors lean closer and listen carefully: the varieties and mint errors that can turn this common coin into something rare and valuable. Although millions of Guam 2009 P quarters were produced, not all were struck perfectly. Some examples show double die characteristics, especially in inscriptions like United States of America, quarter dollar, or details on the prow and sail. True doubling created during the die-making process is highly collectible and often missed by casual observers. Die cracks and die chips are another exciting area. These appear as raised lines or small bumps on the coin, sometimes in the sky, near the latte stones, or along the rim. These form when a minting die begins to wear and crack from heavy use. Each one is unique, meaning every cracked die coin is a one-of-a-kind piece of mint history. Collectors love these because they tell the story of the mint under pressure to meet demand. Off-center strikes also exist for the Guam quarter. These errors occur when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking, causing the design to shift toward the edge. When the date and mint mark remain visible, off-center coins become especially desirable. Broad strikes are another error collectors watch for, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction, giving it a noticeably different shape and feel. Condition plays a major role in value as well. A circulated Guam quarter may look ordinary, but a sharply struck, brilliant uncirculated example stands out immediately. Collectors look for strong luster, clean surfaces, and crisp details in the sail, waves, and latte stones. Because many of these coins entered circulation quickly, high-grade examples are more desirable than people expect. When a high-condition coin also includes a visible error, interest and value increase significantly. What makes the Guam 2009 P quarter truly special is what it represents. It proves that modern coins can still be meaningful, collectible, and exciting. It reminds coin lovers that history is not only found in old silver or gold. Sometimes, it is found in a modern quarter that traveled thousands of miles before reaching your pocket. Coins like this reward patience, curiosity, and careful observation. As we reach the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, take a moment to check your change and your collection. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State quarter dollar Guam 2009 P is worth about 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $4. And confirmed mint error or rare variety coins have reached $15 to over $100 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 7. Take a deep breath and listen carefully, because the coin we're talking about is calm on the surface, yet powerful in meaning. It is a modern quarter that whispers rather than shouts, inviting collectors to slow down, look closer, and truly appreciate the story it tells. Today's feature is the Washington State $quarter Shenandoah 2014 P, a coin that blends natural beauty with collector curiosity. Imagine the rolling Blue Ridge Mountains, covered in fog at sunrise. Quiet valleys, endless forests, and a winding road disappearing into the distance. This feeling is exactly what the United States Mint tried to capture in 2014 when Shenandoah National Park was honored as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this quarter entered circulation quietly, yet it carries one of the most peaceful designs in the entire series. The front of the coin shows George Washington, familiar and steady, linking this modern issue to the nation's beginnings. But the moment you turn the coin over, the scene changes completely. The reverse design shows a graceful white-tailed deer standing alert on a cliff's edge. Behind it stretches the Shenandoah Valley, with layers of mountains fading into the distance. This image is not rushed. It feels still, balanced, and alive. Collectors often say this is one of the most artistic designs in the entire program. This quarter immediately caught the attention of nature lovers and coin collectors alike. It represents Virginia's natural heritage and the idea of preservation. Unlike bold monuments or dramatic scenes, Shenandoah's design relies on subtle detail, which makes strike quality extremely important. And that is where collector interest begins to grow. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly exciting for collectors: the rare varieties and mint errors that can turn an everyday quarter into something special. Although millions of Shenandoah 2014 P quarters were minted, not all were struck perfectly. Some examples show doubling on lettering such as United States of America, $quarter, or even along Washington's profile. True doubled die varieties are created during the die-making process and can add strong collector value when clearly visible. Die cracks and die chips are another area collectors search carefully. These appear as raised lines or small metal bumps, sometimes in the sky, along the mountain ridges, or near the rim. These marks are caused by worn minting dies and make each coin unique. To collectors, these are not flaws, they are mint-created signatures that tell the hidden story of production. The off-center strikes are also known for this issue. These errors happen when the blank coin is slightly misaligned during striking, causing the design to shift toward the edge. When the date and mint mark remain visible, these coins become much more desirable. Broad strikes are another possibility, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction. These pieces stand out immediately in both look and feel. Condition is especially important for the Shenandoah quarter because of its detailed landscape. A circulated coin may lose some of its charm, but a brilliant uncirculated example reveals sharp details in the deer, trees, and distant mountains. Collectors look for strong luster, clean surfaces, and crisp design elements. High-grade examples are far more attractive and harder to find than many people expect. What makes the Shenandoah 2014 P quarter truly special is its message. It reminds collectors that beauty can be quiet, and value can be hidden. It proves that modern coins are worth attention, patience, and careful study. This is the kind of coin that rewards those who listen carefully and enjoy the journey rather than rushing to the finish. As we reach the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, take a moment to check your own change and your collection. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these coin stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington state $quarter Shenandoah 2014 P is worth about 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples usually sell for $1 to $3. And strong mint error or rare variety coins have achieved $10 to over $75 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 8. Listen very carefully, because the coin we're talking about is one that nearly every American has seen, yet very few have truly understood. It's bold, it's symbolic, and it comes from a moment in time when the entire nation was watching. Today's story is about the Washington State $quarter New York 2001 D, a coin that carries pride, emotion, and hidden collector potential. Close your eyes and imagine the early years of the new millennium. The state quarters program is at full speed, and excitement is everywhere. Albums are filling up, people are checking their pockets, and coins are becoming conversations. In 2001, New York takes its place in the spotlight. Struck at the Denver Mint, this quarter enters circulation with a design meant to capture strength, unity, and leadership. Few could have known how emotionally powerful this coin would soon become. The front of the coin shows George Washington, calm and familiar, anchoring the design in tradition. But when you flip it over, New York speaks loudly. The reverse features a bold outline of the state, with a line cutting through it symbolizing the Erie Canal, one of the greatest engineering achievements in American history. The Statue of Liberty stands proudly to the right, torch raised high, representing freedom, opportunity, and hope. Below it all are the powerful words "Gateway to Freedom." This design doesn't whisper. It declares. Collectors immediately recognized the strength of this quarter's message. New York was not just another state in the series. It was a symbol of immigration, innovation, and resilience. Because of its timing and symbolism, this quarter became one of the most saved and discussed coins of the entire program. But what truly makes collectors listen closely is what can be found beyond the surface. Now let's move into the details that turn a common coin into a collectible treasure. While millions of New York 2001 D quarters were minted, not all were struck perfectly. Some examples display double die characteristics, especially in inscriptions like United States of America, $quarter, or Gateway to Freedom. True doubling created during the die-making process is subtle but powerful, and when clearly visible, it adds serious collector interest. Die cracks and die chips are another exciting discovery. These appear as raised lines or small metal bumps, often near the lettering, the Statue of Liberty, or along the rim. These are signs of minting dies wearing down under heavy production. Each crack is unique, making every coin with this feature a one-of-a-kind piece of mint history. Off-center strikes are also known for this issue. These occur when the blank coin is slightly misaligned during striking, causing the design to shift toward the edge. When the date and mint mark remain visible, these coins become far more desirable. Broad strikes are another variety collectors look for, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction, giving it a distinct look and feel. Condition plays a huge role in value, especially for a coin with strong design elements like this one. A circulated New York quarter may look ordinary, but a brilliant uncirculated example tells a different story. Sharp details in the Statue of Liberty, clean fields, and strong original luster can dramatically increase collector appeal. High-grade coins are harder to find than many people expect, especially with a Denver Mint strike. What makes the New York 2001 D quarter truly special is its presence. It represents leadership, movement, and freedom. It reminds collectors that modern coins can still be meaningful, emotional, and valuable. This is the kind of coin that rewards patience and careful observation. Coin lovers who truly listen and look closely often discover more than they ever expected. As we reach the final moments of today's story here on USA Old Coins, remember that your own change might be holding something special. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these powerful coin stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington state quarter dollar New York 2001 D is worth about 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples commonly sell for $1 to $4. And confirmed mint error or rare variety coins have reached $15 to over $100 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 9. Settle in and listen very carefully, because the coin we're talking about does not rush you. It moves slowly, like a winding mountain road, revealing something new with every turn. Today's story is about the Washington State Quarter Dollar Blue Ridge Parkway 2015, a modern coin that captures motion, nature, and collector excitement all at once. Imagine driving through the Appalachian Highlands, early morning fog lifting from the valleys, mountains stretching endlessly on both sides. That feeling of calm discovery is exactly what this coin represents. In 2015, the United States Mint honored the Blue Ridge Parkway as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Often called America's favorite drive, this parkway connects Shenandoah National Park to the Great Smoky Mountains and represents freedom, travel, and the quiet beauty of the American landscape. On the front, George Washington appears steady and familiar, anchoring the coin in tradition and continuity. But the reverse is where the journey truly begins. A vintage car travels along the winding Blue Ridge Parkway, with layered mountains rising in the distance. The road curves gently, pulling your eye forward, almost inviting you into the scene. This is one of the rare quarter designs that feels alive, as if the coin itself is moving. Collectors instantly noticed how different this design felt compared to others in the series. This coin became popular not only with collectors, but also with travelers, nature lovers, and people who feel connected to the open road. It captures a uniquely American idea, the freedom to explore. But beyond its beauty, this quarter holds another level of interest that only careful collectors truly appreciate. Now let's talk about rarity, varieties, and mint errors, because this is where excitement begins for coin lovers who listen closely. Millions of Blue Ridge Parkway quarters were produced, but not all were struck perfectly. Some examples show doubling on inscriptions like United States of America, quarter dollar, or subtle details within the car and road. True double die varieties are created during the die-making process and can significantly increase collector value when clearly visible. Die cracks and die chips are another area collectors examine carefully. These appear as raised lines or small bumps, sometimes in the sky above the mountains, along the road, or near the rim. These marks are caused by worn dies pushed to their limits during production. Each one is unique, making every cracked die coin a one-of-a-kind piece of mint history. Off-center strikes also exist for this issue. These errors occur when the blank coin is slightly misaligned during striking, causing the design to shift toward the edge. When the date remains visible, off-center coins become especially desirable. Broad strikes are another exciting error, where the coin spreads wider than normal due to a collar malfunction. These coins immediately stand out in both appearance and feel. Condition plays a major role in value for the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter. Because the design relies on depth and fine detail, a circulated coin can lose some of its magic. But a brilliant uncirculated example reveals crisp mountain lines, sharp road edges, and strong original luster. Collectors search for clean surfaces and bold strikes, especially on the reverse. High-grade examples are more desirable than many people realize. What makes this coin truly special is its emotional pull. It reminds collectors that coins don't just record history, they capture moments and feelings. This quarter celebrates travel, patience, and appreciation for the journey rather than the destination. It teaches coin lovers that modern coins are worth studying closely, because value often hides in design quality, condition, and small minting mistakes. Coins like the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter reward those who slow down and look carefully. They prove that even modern pocket change can become collectible, meaningful, and sometimes surprisingly valuable. That is why true collectors listen very carefully and never dismiss a coin just because it looks common. As we reach the final moments of today's journey here on USA Old Coins, take a moment to check your change and your collection. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these coin stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State $quarter Blue Ridge Parkway 2015 is worth about 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $3. And strong mint error or rare variety coins have achieved $10 to over $75 at auction, depending on condition and rarity. Top 10. Pay close attention and take your time, because the coin we're exploring is a gateway to one of America's most unique natural wonders. This is the Washington State $quarter Great Sand Dunes 2014 D, a coin that blends art, history, and collector intrigue all in a small piece of metal. Picture yourself standing in southern Colorado, looking across the vast expanse of the Great Sand Dunes National Park. Massive dunes rise and fall like golden waves, backed by the towering Sangre de Cristo Mountains. This place is both serene and dramatic, ancient yet alive. In 2014, the United States Mint chose Great Sand Dunes National Park as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and the Denver Mint struck this coin with precision, bringing the dunes into circulation for all Americans to see and hold. The front of the coin shows George Washington, familiar, calm, and dignified, connecting this modern issue to the nation's founding. But when you turn it over, the true story emerges. The reverse design depicts the massive dunes in the foreground, with a bison gracefully walking across the landscape. Behind it, mountains rise sharply, giving a sense of depth and scale. The sun casts shadows that emphasize the rolling texture of the sand, creating a design that feels alive and almost three-dimensional. Collectors immediately recognized the artistry and detail, and many consider this one of the most visually striking quarters in the series. The Great Sand Dunes quarter is more than just a beautiful coin. It represents a rare natural environment that is difficult to experience for most Americans. This adds cultural and geographic significance, making it appealing not only to coin collectors but also to nature enthusiasts, hikers, and those who admire American national parks. Yet beyond its beauty, this quarter has collector value hidden in subtle details that only the careful eye can detect. Now let's talk about what makes this coin especially exciting for collectors: the varieties and mint errors that turn a common quarter into a collectible gem. Millions of Great Sand Dunes 2014 D quarters were produced, yet not every coin came out perfectly. Some examples display double die characteristics, particularly in inscriptions such as United States of America, $quarter, or subtle areas around the bison. True doubling, formed during the die-making process, is highly sought after when clearly visible. Die cracks and die chips are another area of collector interest. These appear as raised lines or small metal bumps, often near the rim, in the sky above the mountains, or along the edges of the dunes. These are caused by worn dies reaching the limits of their production life. Each crack is unique, making affected coins one-of-a-kind artifacts of mint history. Off-center strikes are also known to exist for this issue. These occur when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking, resulting in a shifted design. When the date and mint mark remain fully visible, these coins become much more desirable. Broad strikes are another sought-after error, where the coin spreads wider than usual due to a collar malfunction, giving it a distinct appearance and feel. Condition plays a critical role in value. Because the design depends on detailed textures in the sand, a circulated coin may lose some of its visual appeal. But a brilliant uncirculated example reveals crisp contours in the dunes, sharp mountain lines, and the full beauty of the bison. Collectors look for strong luster, clean fields, and sharp design elements. High-grade examples, especially those with errors, are much harder to find than casual collectors might expect. What makes the Great Sand Dunes 2014 D quarter truly remarkable is the story it tells. It reminds collectors that value is not always tied to age or precious metals. Sometimes it is about capturing a moment in time, a landscape, and the artistry of the mint. This coin rewards those who take the time to study it, appreciate its design, and search for hidden varieties and errors. Coins like this prove that modern U.S. quarters are far more than pocket change. They are miniature works of art, historical records, and sometimes even valuable collectibles. Collectors who listen carefully and pay attention to detail often find that these modern coins can be just as thrilling as the rarest coins in their albums. We come to the end of today's journey here on USA Old Coins. Take a moment to check your pockets, jars, and collections. Comment below about your own coins so the channel can help you learn more about them. Make sure to subscribe to USA Old Coins, leave a comment, and like this video to support the channel and keep these amazing coin stories alive. In today's real market, a normal circulated Washington State $quarter Great Sand Dunes 2014 D is worth about 25 cents. Well-preserved uncirculated examples often sell for $1 to $3, and confirmed mint error or rare variety coins have achieved $10 to over $70 at auction, depending on condition and rarity.